Oh. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is July 28th. Just out my ride here. About 14 and a half miles in. Just about an hour into my ride. And what I want to discuss with you guys today is I've actually had like 2 or 3 times now in the last week, I've had a subscriber mention to me or ask me about my thoughts when it comes to nutrition, whether it be on the bike or off the bike. So, you know, I wouldn't say I really avoided the topic. It's just I've never really thought about weighing in before on it, but I thought since I have gotten a couple of questions recently, I figured I would do so. So, you know, my nutritional standpoint is very simple. You know, much like my riding, I think there's a simple solution to training, and I think there's a simple solution to diet. Now, how I want to kind of start the video out is by first of all just saying that you know, I'm not a certified nutritionist. You know, I'm not have, you know, no education, no formal education on the topic, but it is a topic that I'm obviously interested in and have been doing, you know, my own kind of research into, and of course, you know, my own experimentation from a performance standpoint on the bike. And so I kind of wanted to start out with that, you know, that I'm not a quote-unquote expert on the topic, but what I can tell you is what I believe in and what I feel has worked best for me from an on-the-bike performance standpoint. So yeah, guys, when it comes to nutrition, you know, whether it's on the bike or off the bike, my approach really doesn't change. You know, I just feel that rather your sport is, you know, chasing your 2-year-old son around the backyard, or rather it's, you know, trying to ride a bicycle, you know, 500 miles in a week, you know, you simply need to eat the foods that human beings were designed to function their best on and perform their best on, which, you know, for me, you know, it's my belief that human beings were designed to consume a starch-based diet, which, you know, when I say starch, I'm talking about foods like, you know, whole grain bread, whole grain cereal, potatoes, rice, corn, squash, beans, oatmeal, you know, you name it, you know, just basically starchy foods. You know, those are the foods that you're gonna get your, you know, your long sustaining energy from. And it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that you need long sustaining energy when you're out riding a bicycle or doing anything in your life. So my dietary approach is very simple. I eat, you know, probably 85% or better of my calories come from starch. You know, I eat, like right now, I'm eating like on average about a loaf of whole grain bread a day. And you know, when I tell people this, or people like the people I work with, you know, they see me eating literally a loaf of bread a day, you know, and you know, the first words out of the mouth is, you know, I'm gonna get diabetes, I'm gonna become obese, you know, the list goes on and on. Yet, you know, I don't think I've got to worry about falling victim to obesity anytime soon. I mean, I'm not trying to brag or anything, but you know, when it comes to, you know, a lean physique, I feel like I've got, you know, as good of a lean physique as anybody out there. I've got a current BMI right around 19, so you know, which allows me to, you know, operate, you know, from an optimal standpoint. So now obviously, you know, on the bike I do consume a little bit of simple sugars, like in the way of candies. My favorite thing to eat on the bike are just those they're called Swedish Fish. They're just these little gummies that you can buy at any store. They've been around for decades. They're just cheap little candies called Swedish Fish. I do consume those on the bike a little, you know, here and there. But on the bike, I'm primarily usually just drink water. Again, you know, I keep my approach pretty simple in that regards too, because when you're drinking, you know, you're just trying to, you know, you're trying to hydrate the body, and the best substance for quenching thirst and for hydrating the body is water. It doesn't have to be complicated with all these complicated Gatorades and sport drinks and this and that. I mean, I do consume some of those on occasion if it's going to be incredibly hot, or if I'm doing some kind of insanely long ride, maybe have one or two of those. But most of my liquids on the bike is just water. So yeah, guys, I mean, I could, you know, drag this video out and, you know, make this video an hour long if I wanted to. But I don't really need to do that because, you know, again, I think the solution's simple. You know, I just try to make sure that I'm consuming the bulk of my calories each day in the form of starch. And, you know, like I said, you know, I just happen to like, you know, eating bread. I like whole grain bread, so I eat a lot of bread. I like potatoes, so I eat potatoes. Now I do have, you know, a little bit of meat, you know, or fish a couple times a week, or I do consume a little bit of dairy, so I'm not a vegan. So don't misinterpret what I'm saying here. Again, no, I don't have anything against people that are vegans, but you know, I just, you know, am not one. I do eat a little bit of meat, fish, and some dairy, but not much. And again, you know, just the overwhelming majority of my calories each day come from starch, which give me long sustained energy. And I do consume some simple sugars as well, especially on the bike, you know, to keep energy coming in while I'm riding. You know, and to be honest with you guys, you know, because I do eat so much starch all the time, you know, when I'm out riding on the bike, I don't usually need to eat a lot on the bike. Like I was telling one of the subscribers yesterday, I did that 133 mile ride with like almost 7,000 feet of climbing, and I did the whole ride on one Monster Energy drink and a candy bar that I got at about 90 miles into the ride at a store. And I think I had maybe a handful of my Swedish Fish candies before that. It's like, that's all I ate the whole ride. But you know, I went into the ride fueled up really well on, you know, a whole bunch of starch. So, you know, and I do that every day. So when I'm on the bike, I don't need to eat a lot. You know, I just basically need to just supplement a little bit. You know, just supplement with, you know, maybe a couple hundred calories here and there. You know, just so like maybe try to keep things topped off, or have a little bit of energy coming in. But in general, on my rides, you know, the glycogen stores in my muscles and in my liver from all the starch I consume all throughout the day is what typically fuels my rides and all my activity. and just my general life. So again, I think the solution's simple. I think humans were designed to consume and function best on starchy foods. Which ones you choose to eat's up to you. There's a whole bunch you can choose from. Pick one or two you like and just eat the hell out of them. That's my basic recommendations. If you're an endurance athlete, some simple sugars will help you out also, as an extra source of energy. But as a basic recommendation, again, I just feel that if you consume most of your calories each day in the form of starch, and supplement from there with whatever you want, meat, fish, veggies, whatever, supplement your diet a little bit with those things. But if you consume mostly starch, I think you'll find that it certainly is not going to hinder your performance, and I think you'll find it's only going to help your performance. So all right guys, well, there you have it. Just a few thoughts I have when it comes to diet and performance. If you guys have any questions, drop them down below. I'll do my best to answer as always. Let me know what you guys do. What do you guys have success with? All right guys, well, thanks for tuning in to another vlog. Gonna continue on here with the endurance hill repeats. As always, I'll look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. And remember, don't ever let anything get in the way of getting in your miles.